Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor and welcome back to another episode of How to Become a Better Noob for Battlefield 4, a series that's based around showcasing several thought process, tips, tricks, in-game mechanics, how to help you better understand them and become a better overall player within Battlefield 4. And today we're going to be talking about the difference that 1 foot to 10 feet can make. Doesn't sound like much, but it could be a major game changer within Conquest. We're going to showcase several examples of controlling the burn and some things you can do to really help out winning the burn, not losing the burn, and doing your team a solid. When playing Conquest, by far the most important thing is to capture and control as many points as possible and not waste time in between. If your team's able to establish the majority of the points, and on Firestorm that's 3 of the 5, you are giving the enemy team a nasty ticket bleed. That means no matter what they're doing, how many people they're killing, how many revives they're getting, they're losing tickets every couple of seconds. And it's a very steep slope. And what typically happens in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 is people tend to loiter outside the burn and continue fighting. Doesn't matter if they're in a vehicle or they're infantry. And you're actually doing the defenders a big favor. So let's showcase the first thing, knowing the burn area. Every point is different. Every map is different. Some of these burn areas are extremely small. Some of them are extremely big, such as the D flag here on Firestorm. So you're going to see this flag status bar popping in and out of my screen as I showcase how big this burn is. So when we go to fight this, of course, we've got a couple friendlies behind us on this rock. They're not just going to throw themselves on the point right away. They might see an initial threat, but they're definitely going to want to move in, which we'll get to that reason why in a couple seconds. One, get on the flag burn. So what happens is as I'm running around showcasing how massive this flag burn is, I'm contesting the enemy team. I'm challenging the enemy team. So I'm off the burn now. Now I'm back on the burn. I can go all the way up 3 stories in the construction, all the way back here. I can lay prone. I can wait for a squad mate. And as you can see, I quickly get out of the burn. I can almost go all the way to the wood fence here. Now, with this, it goes throughout the whole building, but it quickly dies off once you get past this concrete wall right here. So once I go out here, it's off. And then it goes back to where Courtney's staying. So it's this weird combination of rectangles. So why is this important? Because it doesn't matter how many people you kill because they can keep spawning on top of you. So if it's a 2v2, let's say our guys got wiped out back there, and it's me and Garnett, and we kill Rollin here. There's still a person left, but we're starting to win the burn. That means they literally have limited time to spawn in, and then they have to run to get back on the burn. What happens a lot of times is people just loiter off the burn, and they're shooting into the burn, or they're loitering on a building, and they're feet away from contesting the burn. So let's showcase a couple examples. This is the traditional infantry push. You've got a couple infantry loitering around, and you're not just going to run out there like an idiot. You're going to take a peek around, see if there's anybody in the construction sites. Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, there's a guy in the car. Okay, boys, let him have it. Give this guy a little love tap. Now, we could sit out here, but we're not doing anything to contest the burn. We give them the advantage to spawn back on this point. Maybe we roll the tank on the point. They can spawn back as engineer. All right, so I'm going to get on burn. And again, this burn's huge. Now, we know what this burn is. We're familiar with this burn is. And again, every map, every point is different. Now, why isn't there a status bar? Because they have the burn, and there's at least one other person here. If there's one or more people, or it's tied, you're not going to see that status bar. So I can go hunting and fishing, or I could say, oh, shoot, Garnett, you're dead. Garnett, spawn on me. Now, there's a status bar. That means we have the majority. Now, Rollin, spawn on court. Tied again. Now, once you get it off of full cap, you see that. Now, what else don't you hear? You don't hear a ticking noise. When you hear that ticking noise, that's a good thing. That means you've got the majority by one person or more. It could be 2 or 3 people. So, here's our option. We can go hunting and fishing. Okay? We can kill a person. We can stay safe. We can wait for another squad mate. We can spread out. But there's other worries that you have to worry about as well, including where they're going to spawn, which we're going to cover in a second. So, wise person says, okay, let's go hunting and fishing because we got you guys here. And if we kill one of them, now we're back on the burn. But there might be another person. Just because it's ticking doesn't mean it's completely empty. There you have it. I would have gotten blasted, and I would have had to spawn back. So instead of loitering around, get on the burn, contest the burn. Now, let's showcase another example. Here's an infantry approach. Obviously, we're going to take a look. Okay, we're going to assume this is clear because there might be a UAV above. There might be a tugs or something like that. And we see a guy here because he might have just been spotted there. Hear an audio cue. Somebody's around this corner. There we go. Now, I'm on the burn. The ticking noise is happening, and we are slowly winning the flag. That means there's at least one more of us than there are of them. So I can either go hunting and fishing, get into a defensive position, which is highly recommended, of course, but where are you going to look? Are you going to look towards the inside of the flag? Well, if you think there's a threat, of course. But if it's just you and there's one person more, the flag burn is rather slow. If it's two or more, it's extremely fast. But they had time to respawn since it's just me. So where should I be looking? Well, my gimme, I'm RU. I'm on that side of the map. So guess where my spawn points are for this specific point. See all these mines out here on the mini-map? There's a straight line all through here. These are the spawn points, and every map point is different. But in true Battlefield fashion, they're a circular pattern, horseshoe pattern, or in Battlefield 4, some of the points, two specific sides. So again, if I think I've got this cleared, if I've got teammates slowly spawning on me, should I be worried about these containers? Should I be worried about these construction sites? Nope. You have to be worried about the other side of this building. So let's take a look. All these enemy mines, all these enemy locations are where the bad guys spawn. Some of them are better than others, including this one out in obscurity. So again, it's about figuring out what the general spawn area is. It's 99.9% of the time on the outskirt of the burn area in a circular or horseshoe fashion. So once you win the burn or are winning the burn, you might want to focus your attention outward in a defensive way. Here's a very common example of time is of the essence, featuring a couple pieces of armor. This has happened 1,000 times to me, and lately a couple times on the live stream over the last couple days. A piece of armor rolls up on the flag and starts contesting it. So what do? Do you have time to go around? What if it nuges out? If it goes neutral, you don't have any more help unless it's a squad mate that's spawning on you. So you can drive around and be tactical and try to shoot it in the rear, or you can cause the tank to panic to simply have him pull off the point. That's it. Get him to slide back. Now, if you've got all the time in the world, if you think you've got help, if he's not bringing down that flag, then you might be able to go for the side rage or the back rage, maximize that damage. But so many people see a piece of armor and they panic back up. Now, let's paint the picture of what can go wrong if you try to play it tactical and there isn't a lot of help. Here's an example of not getting on the burn and it really costing you. So a tank rolls up and he starts shooting at people in the warehouse. Okay, we see he's on the mini-map. Wait, I think I can get around this guy, right? Maybe there's cover here, maybe it's a different flag, and I can try to go around. There's two of them. It's burning extremely fast. Now, the second that goes neutral, right now, I've got no help. That's it. Whoever's on this point, that's all we have. And more than likely, it's not going to be enough because that's the commonality that is conquest. Not enough people playing on the point, getting to the point. So, what do I have to worry about? Okay, let's engage this guy. I've got the side shot. I'm going to pop APS. But what all do I have to worry about now? I have to worry about all the bad guys that can now spawn bomb me on this point on top of the tank. So the second it goes neutral, you lose that ability to be able to help out. Anybody to help out. Okay? The second they cap it, everybody you kill, let's say you killed 2 or 3 people around that point attacking, but that tank still rolled up, they can now spawn bomb as engineers and absolutely rain on your parade. So time is absolutely of the essence. At the end of the day, this is about capping and fighting on the flag as much as possible. Even if you aren't killing somebody, sometimes that's neutralizing the progress that's being made of the flag. Maybe it's 2 ticks away from being neutral. Maybe it's 2 ticks away from being capped out to the enemy players where they'll have limitless reinforcements at that moment. Recognize when you're on a hold, when it's 1v1 or 2v2 based on what you see on your mini-map. Notice when the power burn is on, when they have at least 2 or more players going on. And remember, time is of the essence. Try not to loiter in the fields. If you're loitering in the fields 15 or 5 feet away from the burn, it doesn't matter how many bad guys you kill. They're just going to keep coming. Not to mention if there's armor. If you can cause the armor to panic and back out, or panic and pull forward, that might save you enough time, regain you the cap, so that people can spawn in as engineer and bomb that armor. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you soon.